Hey guys, welcome in. We're just going to check some collective energy here on this platform. I just worked on the next 24-hour element sign readings. They can be found in the community section of this channel. So normally I do work on my other YouTube channel and share them here. So anyway, welcome in, welcome back, all that kind of stuff. If you are new, my channel is very intense. I don't hold back, and the Most High God, He don't mess around here, so it could be controversial at times, I'm sure. I am known to feel energy and be sharp sometimes, so it's always for upright purposes and stuff like that. And anyway, I'm very transparent on my channel, so if you're supposed to be here, then welcome, welcome, welcome to the soul group. Otherwise, thanks for checking me out. Let's get started. Let's take about three or four of these cards for an overall energy. Most High God, I invite your presence here just to come and just begin to speak to any person that will watch this video, what they need to know and understand, what they need to bypass, what they need to continue in. You have messages coming and decisions around those messages. They could be secretive messages going on. You have the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Moon is here. Something could be very much emotional, even about going somewhere or giving these messages. It's something's complex here with the Seven of Cups. You also have the Eight of Cups that just jumped out. So you have two eights here. Sorry about that. Hold on a minute. You have two eights here. And eights also go back to secrets. This can be a secret travel. It's got a consequence to it. It's emotional and it's secretive. Need to use your intuition here. I always see death here when this card in this deck comes out, because somebody going through the portal and leaving. If there's consequence here on a travel, then I mean, that could be a past energy as well on some type of a decision that somebody made and it had a consequence, and they went somewhere and did something, they died within the matter. It's also foretelling something. If something's deceptive out here, God wants to forewarn you that something very bad could come out of this matter. I don't know what you're dealing with. That ain't gonna be for everybody. So, but this is an emotional investment. Somebody's also just walking away from something. Then I guess somebody's walking away from something. There's something about a celebration or a marriage that is here, and there's defensiveness out here attached to this matter. Somebody is also probably trying to block some type of messages out here as well. There's a bunch of people possibly involved in something here with the Seven of Wands. So you have two sevens and two eights. 7788. Interesting. Your home is here, really big here, so it's also repeating here. There is a marital situation out here. Well, anyway, obviously something going on in your home. I seen it real big on my other channel today. While somebody's gone traveling, somebody's in your home, and that ain't gonna be for everybody. But it was just point blank in that reading there. We had the church that came out. So if this is an evangelist or something like that's out here, somebody's girlfriend's involved in the matter with it. Okay, so. Show me this, give me three cards out of this deck. It says that events are happening very fast out here. And so there's quick type of hurry up, make a decision that could get you in trouble on something out here. It's costly. Something's costly out here. It's emotional. Yeah, there's some type of travel out here with the distant horizons, going somewhere that represents somebody from a distance or something from a distance. There's definitely 3 travel energies that are here. There's money attached to some things going on, and a gift out here attached to something. Now, just to say, the word gift in the tarot deck is the Hierophant, which with the High Priestess card make the Hebraic word of a gift. So we have a marital situation, which is the counterpart to the Hierophant, to bring it out that way. There's something around a lot of money or something attached to a situation. Then there's work. So somebody else that travels on their job, it's repeating that same reading that I just did. Somebody travels on their job, and somebody's around somebody's marriage while they're gone. And it's got some type of costly thing to it. Because there was a marriage and a business there in that reading. You have the consolation card coming out, and this is some type of entitlement to some looting that has been out here. There's been a bunch of money. Somebody's been in somebody's house secretly. I mean, maybe your marriage is fine, but somebody just in your house, your soulmates is out here. Somebody had somebody's inheritance in one of the other readings, and they were going to return it. So this would indicate some type of death has been here. And there's been thieving out here. Somebody's got entitlement to inheritance of some money out here attached to something. Others of you, if you make good money for work and there's something going on at work with travel and messing around secretly, I've seen somebody getting fired, and somebody's going to cut that thing off, or the spouse has found out about something. There was some type of a caution and a danger in that reading. Somebody could be losing their job on this matter, and you can't come back to the job anymore because it's somebody's married out here. And in that sense, you're losing money. And in another sense, you've taken some people's money in the situation with the spouse, and they got entitlement to something out here on a matter, whatever that means for you. But just in general, somebody has some type of looting situation out here and a bunch of money attached to some stuff with it. It's something, if somebody's got the information about it, it's emotional to talk about, because there is some type of energy out here there's obviously that's got a consequence to the matter. So I see some type of a defensive energy, or I'm angry about it, or something like that. If somebody wants to work on something, then they do. Somebody's also thieving somebody else's work out here. Just in general, somebody connected to your house, and they are. A despair is out here. This card talks about somebody just freaking flies off the handle all the time. It's right here. They're very defensive on some stuff. And again, I've seen that little Jezebel card today a couple times, and the deck that I was using shows the feminine got the masculine all locked up, and like, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't doing nothing unless I say. And a very control freak individual is around something, and there's all kinds of just constant stuff in your home with that. And that's what caused somebody to step out and do something. It doesn't make it right, but it obviously led to something taking place with the matter. Then you do have somebody very defensive, and somebody's blocking off the messages, and it's causing something out here attached to a bunch of money and affecting your home, and even maybe possibly a death with the situation, and it's connected with work matters. So there is an enemy and somebody who is an imposter out here, and you do have a younger person and a temptation and a guilty card there, and somebody's husband's out here, possibly could die. This is a widow. Something could have also happened to a widow as well, and just some general situation as well. But that indicates death out here around something. Somebody guilty for something out here, folks. Somebody wore a mask around somebody's home just in general and got looted on. And no wonder somebody's been all defensive around the just in general money stuff. They guilty for some stuff. So somebody in the other reading was going to get up and they said, I can't deny the truth anymore, or something like that. And so this is kind of the same kind of a card. This talks about getting up, taking a risk, and it paying off. And so if you got information about something, obviously somebody's in their emotions about communicating about whatever's known out here, because somebody's guilty, and I mean, if somebody's guilty, they're guilty. They've caused somebody else to have some pain and suffering at your folks. There's third parties just for the picture's sake. Then there's a police officer or somebody who wears a uniform or military involvement or an authority figure out here. This can also represent I'm playing you. If somebody is being investigated, then they're guilty. Something about a gun is here as well. And I get a picture of somebody sitting by a desk. I had a lot of stuff about forgery today. Somebody stuck a gun up to somebody and said, you're going to sign something here to get a signature on a matter. And something like that's come through my spirit here. That's sickening. Says that the salvation of the righteous is of Jehovah. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And there is some trouble. Those of you who are finding out that somebody's got something going on with the marriage and a work situation, there's danger around it. I'm seeing 2 guns out here and I'm seeing an attack. Okay? And there's something to do with the travel because it's just repeating what just came out. Totally different decks I was using in that reading. Okay? And somebody's girlfriend's attached to the matter. And somebody in that reading said, well, I can't help the way I feel. Well, that somebody's married out here. Whether you can't help the way you feel or not, you're in error. Okay, you can't get up and look in the mirror, make a thing right, get a testimony out of it, and you're still going to go on and seduce somebody because there was big time seduction coming out today, even in the earth reading. And the earth and the water reading had that type of energy there. And somebody's in error, though. Okay, if somebody needs some salvation in the situation, if somebody is trying to make something right within this matter and somebody else is like, I don't care how I feel, and they still want to do some nonsense, it's going to cost the person. It's going to freaking cost the person. Or it already did cost something out here with the matter. But the salvation of the righteous is of Jehovah, and it says he is their strength in time of trouble. Jehovah shall help them and deliver them, and he shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. So if you're going to do something right, may God be with you and you find grace. There's still going to be correction, karmic activity around it. And it is what it is. You can put your trust in God. He will deliver you if you're sincere about it. Go and sin no more, lest the evil thing worse than this come upon you, and whatever that means for you. But something very costly out here on some stuff. It says Jehovah Jireh will supply the need today. Thank you, Jehovah. It says, Jehovah made you for me, and it's a blessed union. So those of you who have just third parties attached to something that has a jealousy in it, and somebody looks at you as marriage material. Somebody's done something really crazy around somebody's money out here, and their job is attached to it out of their nonsense. It's emotional. And I talk about it on my channel all the time. It is emotional. Somebody else thinks that they just because I wear a uniform and I'm jealous, or I think I'm just going to control you because, well, I wear a uniform and I want what you have, or I don't want you to have this or that or whatever. It's devastating. It's wrong, and person's crazy for doing that to anybody. Anyway, there's a blessed union out here, and it's from Jehovah, and it's truthful. Some type of a quick action and haste. Okay, there is something quick out here. And you need to step back. It says it right here. Events are happening at a fast pace. And for some of y'all, this is an attack. Because somebody is guilty for something. This is a hostile person card here. So whatever the information being learned, or somebody going to get up and take the action, it's going to play out the way God's going to play out, I guess. I don't know. You reap what you sow in some stuff. Something connected with out of country is here. There's IT workers. Interesting because the deck that I was using, it was showing somebody coming back to hack on somebody's electronics and stuff. Just happened to me all over again because somebody can't freaking stop on my electronics. I don't know what you think you are, why you think you have to control me. You don't control me. You are not going to take my food and shelter away from me. You are going to pay for these crimes, and you're going to die at the end of it, you piece of filth bag freak, if you don't get off of my stuff and anybody else's stuff. But it did show up in there on the other reading. Trying to see if I can find this card. Somebody was hacking in on technology here, and that card came out in the reverse, which means somebody coming back to do some nonsense. And they are in some type of a leadership to do that, and they're looting on people. I've seen the Seven of Swords twice in the fire reading. I called it liar, liar, pants on fire because there's thievery all over it. Somebody's a freaking nutcase out here. Got mental problems. There's 100-fold of something out here. There's a bunch of you. You got a gold bar here. They're guilty. Let them have a freaking cow. Let them get caught, Jehovah. We're tired of being suppressed. Somebody's also doing some of this stuff because they made your kids lie about you. Most have said they're going to be judged for it. And so a lot of people have been blocking because they know they're in danger. Let me say this, if you're first time on my channel, the Most High tells you and I to honor our parents. And with that, that's the first promise out of his commandment that he gives us, that we'll live long in the earth. If you keep the commandments of God, I don't care what somebody's trying to do around you. If you are honoring God, he's got to stay true to his word. And somebody up in here made somebody's kids lie about them, and they bent somebody's kids to do some lying. That person got hell to pay worse than anything else in the world, man, because they made somebody's kid break a commandment of God, that God commands children to honor the parents. So that person's got a hell to pay twice over. I don't know. That's a dangerous thing for somebody to say, you're going to say this about your mother and your father. And they deliberately set that kid up to not live long in the earth, because that commandment's connected with living long in the earth. This person's a murderer that way. If kids did go out into eternity because they bent somebody to do something, they guilty for some stuff. And that's why they're sitting up in here and they're blocking some stuff, because they're guilty for some stuff. There's a bunch of money around some stuff, and there's no excuse for that. You play part with people's blood on your hands, and those of you who have exes and you telling your kids to lie to your ex, you're setting your own child up for death. Really, it takes that protection away from that commandment there. But you can do whatever you want. I mean, you feel in the moment you got to lie about some stuff. People don't step back and really think about the consequences that really are connected with God in his ways. The law of gravity is going to take place the way the law of gravity is set up, and God is the law maker. And so when he lays down the law, and it's your whole duty to keep the commandments and to have a lamp which it shows you how to walk on his path, and you break that, you don't get up real quick to make a thing right with God, then we die. We die outside of the law of God. We're blinded because the law and the commandment is a lamp and a light. Somebody's going to be judged for this by God Almighty for making somebody's kid lie about some stuff. There's a bunch of money attached to some stuff, and if somebody's kid died because of it, I guess they did, and this person's got their blood on their hands for that nonsense. It's dangerous. It's a despicable individual to do such a thing. Somebody knows the information, because this card says somebody going to get up and do something. They're going to be hostile, but you're going to have some type of justice for something that's taking place. I claim it for my own personal story as well. So there's a hidden relationship out here around somebody's stuff out here. Okay, so again, somebody is cheating out here. It was really big on my other channel. While somebody's gone, somebody's in somebody's house, and it was indicating somebody's girlfriend's attached to it. This is a luxury rune. It's out here. And a construction worker, a worker, for some of y'all is involved in something going on, then that's what this is. But it's a hidden relationship rune. It's also a baby. Somebody got pregnant on something, and they did. Because there's secrets about that. Anyway, this is a frenzy going on. Also has a meaning of a military that's out here. So some type of military connection is out here attached to something that it is. This is an independence rune, and making some type of progress is out here, because God's going to let something come out. Because we see a victory in somebody being able to get up in here and stand their ground on something. As emotional as this matter is, we see justice, and God brings it out in his word out here as well. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take from this deck as well. What kind of words you want to bring out here, Most High? Fired. Well, there is a work matter out here. Like I said, it was showing up in that reading. If somebody was doing something with the boss, and that somebody's going to make something right, then they're getting fired because the boss can't work with you no more because they don't want to sleep with you no more. And you're going to be the one that's out of the situation. The person, if they've got conviction and they're going to do the godly thing and they really are repenting, then God's going to bless something that's, I guess, if maybe they can or can't heal the relationship, but somebody's leaving something out here. Those of you who don't have a marital situation going on, there's looting out here, and somebody's going to get fired for looting just in general. Those who trap shall be trapped. Okay, well, you are going to be trapped. Shouldn't be doing the crap in the first place, folks. Travel is here. Well, it's definitely up here. Definitely here. There's a judge. Well, we talk about the judge of the earth out here. Okay? Most High says you're protected if you're found in him. There is no other protection outside of the Most High God. Some people have no idea the devastation that they've brought on a situation. It's just all about them and no more and my for, and as long as I get what I want, then we got people that are up in here doing some crazy stuff like that in the earth, and it's just unacceptable. So burn, brand, charred, burning of the skin, darkening energy. There's some type of a fire situation that did come out in one of those readings as well. We had a teacher that came out as well. So there's a bus energy, or just a general bus energy is out here attached to some trip. A dirt road is out here, and there's unity on something or the lack thereof, or what somebody's in unity to fire somebody out here. And then we have out of country come out twice. Interesting. It's out here twice, so whatever that is, let every word be established in 2 or 3 witnesses. Something happened behind closed doors that is here, and self-control. Again, that you're dealing with somebody who flies off the handle with this and this. Okay, what they've done is wrong. Okay, they are hostile. It's a hostile card, and I wear a mask. And I'm sorry that you wear a mask and you're hostile, and you got mental problems, and what you've done to another person's life is costing you, and even death on, breaking the commandments of God. It's a very serious thing out here going on in a matter. So anyway, it's a self-control situation is out here. Somebody needs to brace themselves. You got to get up in here and do the right thing. May God be with you. All right, folks, this is what come out. Until next time, shalom.